This is Fox 13's Good Day Utah.
Two construction workers made a startling discovery behind a soccer field in Springville. They found a human skull and bones that are believed to be ancient remains. Fox 13's Caroline Conley has the details. That was Fox 13's Caroline Conley reporting. If the remains are determined to be native, they'll be turned over to a group called the Native Americans Remains Committee, which will then try to find the person's tribal ancestry. The man accused of killing an Ogden police officer and wounding 5 others in a shootout was found hanging in his jail cell yesterday. Weber County officials say Matthew David Stewart was found at 12:50 a.m. Officials say he was hanging by a bedsheet and his death appears to be a suicide. Stewart was accused of opening fire on agents from Morgan Narcotic Strike Force who entered his home to serve a drug-related search warrant on January 4th, 2012. Agent Jared Frankham was shot and killed during the raid. Stewart's sister-in-law read a letter from the family yesterday.
This is in his case.
Officers discount claims that Stewart believed the police were burglars, saying the officers were wearing identifying gear. Officers say Stewart was treated in a humane and professional way in prison. They say he was offered mental health treatment but refused. A family trip turns tragic as a motorhome full of people veered off the freeway and crashed into a home, killing the driver and a passenger. It happened around 6 a.m. yesterday in St. George. Utah Highway Patrol says the driver and passenger likely died on impact. They've been identified as 53-year-old Sue Clark and her husband, 55-year-old Steve Clark from Provo. The family was on their way to Disneyland when the accident happened.
The driver lost control of the vehicle.
Officers are looking into possible factors that may have caused the crash, including a medical condition with the driver. They say evidence on the road shows there was no evasive action or any braking. 8 other passengers in the RV were treated at a local hospital. A 15-year-old accused of murdering his younger brothers could be charged early next week. The teen is accused of stabbing his 4-year-old and 10-year-old brothers to death on Wednesday. Cops say the teen had blood on his clothes when they arrested him and evidence linking him to the crime. Investigators already turned over their case to the Davis County attorney, who now decides if charges should be filed. The teen's father, who's with the Air Force and stationed in Alabama, has returned to Utah, but the family is not making any statements, and it's unclear when a funeral will be held. A man in Logan is recovering after accidentally shooting himself in the knee. It happened around 3:30 yesterday afternoon at a house near 893 East, 2650 North in North Logan. North Park police say 49-year-old Chet Nazer was cleaning a Ruger 45 when he realized he didn't have any cleaning solution. So he put the magazine back in the weapon, closed the slide, and accidentally pulled the trigger. The bullet entered Nazer's left knee above the kneecap. Police say this is a good reminder to always practice gun safety. Nazer was taken to Logan Regional Hospital. Police say he was cooperative and calm. There's no word on his condition. A Sandy family came home to find a big surprise in their backyard yesterday, a huge swarm of bees. Heather Solomon says she was taking her son outside to play when she noticed a strange ball under the trampoline. Upon closer inspection, she realized the ball was made up of bees. A beekeeper was called to come take care of the situation. He says bees normally break off from their hives this time of year in search for a better place to live. Even though these bees didn't pose a huge danger to the family, they say they're still relieved to have them out of the yard. More details are emerging in the Susan Cox Powell case as authorities release more records pertaining to the investigation. We'll have the latest details after the break.